Yo, what's up, everybody? We're coming on here to talk some shit with y'all about this Dre McCray and Justice for Vaughn situation. I got some stuff to say. So we're gonna get this intro on and get this party started. And I have Kate up here with me right now. And I
Hey,
think
hey.
allegedly Brittany might come up, but I don't really know what she's got going on because I know she has a live coming up too. So I'm not going to be on here a long time, but I do got to address some stuff. And Molly Golightly always has drama, no matter what case she does, no matter what she works on, always.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
So, what is going on? Do you need the link? Brittany, do you want to come up here? Do you need the link? Do you want to come up and shoot the shit for a little bit? Okay, so first of all, I need you to drop your channel link, Kate, because you have a good channel, and we
Oh,
need to
yeah.
get you a community tab, girl.
No, I'm close. Well, I
We
broke
got to get you a
300
community
this
tab here,
morning.
yes.
So
So you need to
get,
drop your channel link first of all, because you all did really good interviews. Okay, I wanted to know first of all, I want you to tell me about the interviews you did with those ladies about
yeah.
the kratom.
So, we interviewed 3 women who lost their children to kratom. Oh, sorry, I don't even know. I won't say it. I'll say K. Uh, she so they all had like different experiences but similar. The first woman, her son had a seizure, uh, and the only thing that was in his system at the time was caffeine, nicotine, and K. And then the other woman, her son had a seizure too, and then he ended up passing from toxicity, like he took too much and I guess went into like a respiratory depression or whatever they call it. And then there was another woman who her son had substance abuse issues before, and he started taking kratom to help.
So hold on, there's a lot of people that okay, so Dre and Vaughn both use kratom, and I'll just say it because oh well, if it flags me, whatever. Um, so anyways, they Dre McCray used to be a makeup artist on social media influencer, however you want to put it. I'm going to give people a breakdown for those that don't know, um, because I know there's a couple of people in here who have no idea who I'm talking about or who this is. So, anyways, she's a social media influencer. Hey, Blonderilla. Um, she does makeup. She's been really big on Facebook and, um, you know, Instagram, all that stuff. So anyways, she
She
got
also sells
married to Vaughn.
paparazzi
Yeah,
jewelry too. That was a big thing she did.
yeah, I was gonna say that was another thing that she did, but she's got a lot of followers. How many do you know exactly how many followers she has? Because I know it's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not sure, but she had a lot. Like, it was definitely up there.
So
Oh, Heather,
when you have a life on social media like that, here I can take this banner down. That way people can see who they're talking to. You know what I mean? Anybody else? I know Sun Beach. I know you know a lot. If you want to pop the link and come up, you're welcome to do so. Anybody actually that wants to join in is welcome to do so. It's an open panel. So, but we are going to stick to the Dre McCray stuff. I do want to talk about that. I don't want to be off. I don't want to be going off into other things. I want to stick with that. So, you got something to add to that? Come on in. But if you don't and you want to talk about something else, then wait till later or another stream.
Heather, I'm actually gonna do a stream from the other side of people who've had positive experiences with Kay. So, if, you wanted to come over and add your 2 cents.
I want to. We probably need to add that it's really important that people understand that just because Kate had that interview and we were talking to people, that's not our opinion. I'm ignorant on the topic. I think Kate's like me, and we
Well,
just
no,
are
and
trying
see,
to
the
learn.
thing is you guys are creators, and just like me, I don't really keep an opinion on it. I mean, I do on this, but I'm saying when you're interviewing people, you really don't add your opinion. You just let them tell their story and ask questions, and then that's that. And you need to put on your description as well that the panel guests and chat do not reflect your opinions.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just really wanted to know more about it, and I seen someone saying that she lost her child to it, and then she sent me to like a dangers of kratom group where there's a lot of people in there who lost family members to kratom, and a lot of them just simply just had K in their system and nothing else. But it seemed as though the people who had issues took it in excess, probably a little too much.
Well, yeah, she takes spoonfuls of it, and see that's the problem. Okay, so I know there's a lot of controversy that, and you know what? Here, let me apologize. I apologize for being rude and interrupting your story about your stream. Go ahead and finish that first, and then we'll go off into this. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that. I know you were interviewing.
All I was saying is that, like, I'm just interested to learn about from both sides, and it seems people who take it responsibly, it works well for, especially people with like chronic pain and stuff like that. So I'm not taking away from anybody's positive experience of it, but there definitely is some people who have scary and negative experiences as well. So
Yeah, there's good and bad. I feel like there's good and bad, but that can be with, like, as far as like with caffeine, with, you know what I'm saying? Like with pop, you can drink way too much pop too. You know what I mean? Like you can do it in excess. There's people that it works for, like you can have one soda or whatever, but there's other people who just like indulge in it with this kratom as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's
there's
she doesn't
always
have like a limit because they were eating it by the spoonfuls. But see, my biggest issue is her giving it to her kids. She's an adult, and I also feel like like this justice for Vaughn. What does justice for Vaughn look like? Does it look like the kids being taken away from her being in jail for the rest of her entire life, and him passing away? I mean, is that justice for Vaughn? Do you think that's what he would want? I mean, what does justice for Vaughn look like?
Yeah, like,
should she be blamed for this? I mean, I feel like he's a grown ass man. I feel like he definitely,
I agree with you there.
Made his own choices to put in, ingest certain things in his body. And I know people are going to get upset with that. And that's fine. We can have difference in opinions, and I also understand happy wife, happy life. I understand that as well. So if she's buying the food and she's putting stuff in the house and she's the one cooking, then I can only assume that he's probably more than likely eating what she's going to provide, what she's cooking, what's in the house. You know what I mean? And thank you, Blondarilla, for becoming a member.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what K is, it's basically this plant, and they have it like in Indonesia and stuff like that, where people eat it or chew it or put it in their drink, and it mimics the effect of like opioids. It tricks your brain into thinking that you are using an opioid, and it's also a stimulant. If you take a lot of it, it'll make you like, it'll be like have a sedating effect, but if you take a little bit of it, it'll give you like a burst of energy that they compare to like even cocaine, like a burst of energy like that. So a lot of people use it for just having a burst of energy, but the problem is it's sold like in gas stations. Like pretty much anyone can get it, like except there's a few states that ban it, but like you can order it offline, and and it's pretty much a lot of sites where I see where they sell CBD and stuff like that. They sell K right along with it, and they have these little shots that you can drink that have it in there, and you don't really know what you're getting from certain brands. You have to be careful the brand that you get and things like that. Like I know this one brand, it was called, I researched it. It was called Krypton, and it had kratom, and they found traces of Dilaudid in it. So like wacky shit is always found at gas stations. Yes, definitely. So it's just scary because, I understand where like, people who have chronic pain and things like that, where it would be helpful to them. But like young kids are buying this stuff at gas stations and using it just for fun or for like the feeling. You know what I mean? So that's like, you have to be careful where you buy it and things like that and how much you take. And there's really no, they'll give you directions when you buy it, but there's not really like a set, how like when you get pills, it's set in like milligrams and you know exactly how much you're taking. When you're taking kratom, you don't really know how much you're taking at a time. Yeah, Captain Dilaudid, it killed like 90 people.
I was going to say they're not regulated. The pills are not regulated that they have, right? Like they just or whatever's in them is what it.
Yeah, like they're probably mixing stuff in. Like that Krypton kind, it killed a bunch of people, and they looked into it and they found that they had put like Dilaudid in it, which is like a strong painkiller. So you just have to be like careful. I know there's several brands that are like organic and safe, like, or I mean, I don't want to go saying it's safe. I don't want to say that because I don't know. I don't know if there's enough to really, like, if there enough about it. Just like if like I don't feel comfortable saying that it's safe, but I always thought that it was like as safe as CBD, like that. I was under that impression. And then when these women, all told their stories, and I interviewed them, I was really kind of shocked that like, it can be negative if you're not careful, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and here's like the plant, the pills, and the powder. But you see her, she's got the bag of it, and she like scoops it into her mouth. You know what I mean? Like she's scooping big ass spoonfuls. She's not taking like a few pills here and there. She's eating like 5 and 6 teaspoons, like tablespoons. You know what I mean? And Sun Beach, thank you. That was really sweet. I just got that Cash App you just sent. Thank you. That was really, really sweet. Yeah, so and I know you girls cover this a lot more than I do. I cover a lot of other things, but I know Molly's had an issue with anybody covering this case, and I also think that there's a lot going on with her and Katie Joy. I know Katie Joy's covering like with the father's side, and Molly's going with the mom's side, but I know it's a big deal because Katie's now saying she doesn't support the mother. The mother's only doing this for money and cash apps.
Yeah, Katie is. She said that justice for Vaughn isn't real, and like was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But wasn't she involved in that, making that hashtag and pushing that hashtag out?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't doesn't Molly look like that guy Bubbles with the big glasses? Every time I see her, that's all I could think of. You know the meme with the guy Bubbles? I forget where he's from.
Oh my gosh,
That
yes.
show. I like can't think of it off the top of my head, but she looks just like him, like the female version of him. But yeah, Katie. So her and Katie Joy, I don't, they're both those like creators that want all the attention. You know what I mean? Like Trailer Park Boys. That's it. I couldn't think of it for a minute, but yeah, Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. But yeah, I feel like those two are like they need all the attention. You know what I mean? And they can't stand it if someone has a better like a better connect, their inside scoop. So like they're just going at it with each other because of that, in my opinion. Yeah, KJ is a trip. They had me cracking up the other day. They were talking about when she had that big staph infection on her face because somebody told her that she could wash her makeup brushes in the dishwasher. And then she washed them in the dishwasher and ended up getting a staph infection on her face. She like went live with this big bubble on her face a couple times. Yeah, but it is a shit show with her and Molly for real. Like Katie just started posting the video of Molly when she went to Don's work site or whatever. She posted that on
Yeah,
her channel.
people don't realize the shit that she's done to a lot. She's done a lot to a lot of families. So for her to get on here and act like this, and then I knew there was I knew she had like controversy. I seen Hills in the Air. The Hills in the Air made a video and said, basically called her out because there was a black woman on there telling her, "You're making me uncomfortable and you're being judgmental, and I don't like the way you're covering this case, and I don't like the things that you're saying." And she's like, "You're not gonna sit up here," and like just started going off. Here, look at this picture.
Yes,
That's it right
it's
there.
Molly. Every time I see her with
I
the big
cannot help it.
on, that's all I could think of. She really do be looking like Bubbles.
Where did Brittany go? Where the hell did she go?
Where you at, girl? She fell off. She does that a lot.
Thank you, Judy Jensen, for becoming a new member.
Sure. Yeah, like I don't really know how I feel about it. So this is how I feel about it. Okay, I agree that Vaughn is a grown ass man, and he should have just told her like, "Yo, stop feeding me all this ish." You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time,
Well, yeah, because he could have at any given time said, "No, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger. Yeah. I'd rather have something different." But then it's like, damn, does he really want to deal with the fight? Pick your battles. I mean, that's probably going to be a fight. And you know how she said she's got a real bad temper. She gets a real bad attitude.
And there's no doubt in my mind this chick ain't batshit fucking crazy. Like, she's crazy. And sorry, I didn't mean to curse say an F word, but she is crazy. And she, like, in the one video, she was saying that she had a demon in her house. And that it was, like, in her kid's toy. And she had to, like, bring it outside. And then in another one, she said that Vaughn, she believed that this chiropractor put a curse on Vaughn. And he was giving him an organ massage. And she believes he was planting seeds in his belly. And, like... if she's given the kids this stuff, and supposedly her oldest daughter is having seizures too, so it's just, I think I'm glad that the dad filed for emergency custody, and I hope, like these kids, she was having them eat the like Dr. Sebi diet or whatever, which is just like straight up mushrooms and mangoes, and there's not like a lot on there. And in the videos, like, yeah, she said that she thought that the chiropractor put a curse on Vaughn and was planting seeds in his belly. I swear to God, I'm not even making this shit up. She did a video saying,
What the hell? Look, see, what the hell? What the hell?
I love that YouTube sound. What the hell?
Crazy ass woman. See, and see, that's what I said. I know she's crazy as hell. Like, I understand. I mean, I know she's got issues, but I don't think she should be put in prison because he,
No.
did this to. I feel like he did this to himself. Like, I don't feel like she can be held responsible. They can read these police reports all day long, talking about they had 25 police reports. Okay, that really. I mean, all that tells us is they've had an involvement with the police. You know what I'm saying? That they've had issues in their relationship prior to this. But honestly, if I don't know, I know that it's like a catch-22 because she put her life on social media, so she's going to be judged on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the really hard part about it,
Yeah, like I don't think there's a crime on his end. Maybe like from the like angle of child abuse or not. I don't know about abuse. Maybe like child neglect. But like I just can't see how anyone would feel comfortable giving that stuff to their kids.
Well, see, right. I don't think she should be giving this shit to her kids. I think that's horrible. But I do think them living a vegan lifestyle, I do think that's okay. I think parents are okay to do that. If that's what they want to give their children, they should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? If they want to live the vegan lifestyle, that's fine. But don't do the vegan lifestyle with a bunch of kratom powder either. Like, that's not okay at all.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna stay up for a minute and then I'm gonna stay up for a minute and then jump back on. I just want to say something real quick. So like when I used to be like an active opiate taker, okay, there was a couple times I took kratom and my friend like used to buy it and he was like he gave me some before and it made me feel better. Like when you have to be like really sick though. And then there was this other time he's like, I found some stronger, like it really works really good. And I took it and I felt like I took mushrooms. Like I was like, I had that feeling of like, I can't stop smiling. It was really weird. And I had a totally fun time. But I can't imagine a kid taking that.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I had a tolerance. I had a tolerance for substance, and it affected me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't.
And you can OD on it, but they say if you have the organic kind, that you'll just get sick. But I mean, I'm in this group, the Dangers of Kratom group, and there's a lot of people in there who had family members pass, and they did a tox, and that was like the only thing in their system.
I wish that it could be more controlled because I feel like it can help.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I think it definitely.
Well, with her, did you guys see the video? Wait, did you see? Did you see the video where she uses like peppers and shit in a steamer for your vajaj, and she tries to like clean her vagina that way? She's like, "This is the way you should clean your vagina," and she's like steaming it with
oregano.
With oregano.
What?
Oregano smells so freaking bad. I don't know why anybody. She said if you steam your.
Hold on, Kate. Do you have the clip? Do you have the clip for it?
I don't have it like ready.
Let me. I'm gonna go get it because y'all got to see this. It's bad. Hold on.
I heard those steamers are like not good for you either. I heard that like you're supposed to kind of like sort of try to let nature take its course and just like wash like a regular person, but I don't know. I haven't used a steamer, so I don't know.
Why would somebody use oregano? That stuff smells
oregano. Yeah, I don't want to smell like oregano on my anywhere. Like after I eat like spaghetti with lots of oregano, I go brush my teeth right away. It's not a good smelling thing.
No. But yeah, another thing I learned from the interviews I did is that no two K trees are the same. Like they have a bunch of different alkaloids in them. I think I'm saying it right. And
I love that you used that, Queen.
And that no two trees are the same. So like they all are
really
different. Yeah.
So there's like different, like there's like a family of kratom.
Yeah, oh yeah, they have different strains and stuff like that, but like every single tree has a different makeup. I guess
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
It's like one
Oh.
would have a higher lead content than the other. And one of the
Did you
things
say?
that has
Did
been
you say
mentioned.
lead?
Yes, yes, and
There's
I
lead
think
in
you're
it.
probably about to think like, yes. In my mind, it went exactly there. When we were talking to the moms the other night, they mentioned that
Okay.
there's high lead content with K, and y'all know, like, I know I've been hearing all over this stuff about paparazzi and how everybody was, or a lot of people are thinking that paparazzi, the jewelry, was linked to how Vaughn had, high lead content in his system. Well, if they're
Oh.
shoveling spoonfuls of K and it's got a high lead content, well, there you go. Like
Wow.
we watched the video last night, and Kate, she took like what, 3 tablespoons just in one sitting, and you're not
Yeah,
like
like
Whoa.
serving spoons even. They were
your
huge.
your daily intake is supposed to be 13 grams. Just one of those, no, 15 grams. I'm sorry. The whole daily intake of this stuff is 15 grams. That's all you're supposed to take. One of those tablespoons that she was taking is 13 grams. So she's taking 3 times the amount in one serving that
Oh.
she's supposed to have in a whole day.
So she was addicted to that shit.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind, allegedly. Yeah. I mean, it from the way it looks.
We can't really say that Vaughn was having seizures from the K because he was also taking
Oh, wasn't he on benzos?
yeah, he was on benzos. So
Yeah.
he could
That'll cause
probably
seizures.
Well, in
And
one of
some
the
people,
videos.
I never like. I was on and off benzos for years. I was on it like 20 years straight, and I used to detox off them all the time because I'd run out. And I luckily like never had a seizure that I know of. I kind of think I might have, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know, but I wasn't really prone to that. But a lot of people are. A lot of people squeeze out.
I've had seizures from benzo withdrawal.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
because
I
it's
was on it
serious, and
for
a lot of
years.
people do. I
I was
think
on it
more
for
people
years.
do than don't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had no idea. Well, like some people don't get them at all, but I didn't know like that stopping it could do that to me. And then
Oh yeah.
I stopped. I probably in total had about like 6 or 7, not like at one time, but like over the course of trying to get off them. And then finally,
Scary.
I had to like wean myself off, and I had like straight up grand mal.
Oh
Strip.
really?
Yeah.
But she
That's
did it
scary as fuck.
in the one of the videos we watched last night. She did it. Kate, you might remember. She admitted, she was like, we don't like to take Western medicine, or she said they don't take Western medication, but to prevent him from prevent taking him to the hospital, she would give him Xanax, and that was the only thing that would bring him out of his seizures. So
Oh,
that's the
she
only,
overdosed him with phenobarbital too.
yes. But that statement that she made, like that's the only thing that would bring him out was the Xanax. That's the one thing that I'm holding on to say maybe it wasn't the K that gave him the seizures. Because would benzo bring him out of seizures from K?
Uh, I don't know. That's a good question. Like, so like if I
We
had
need
it
a
in my
nurse or
system,
somebody who knows about this to come up and tell us. You know what I mean?
like if
Well, I
I
mean,
had it in my
they like
system,
prescribe benzos to avoid seizures. Like people in alcohol
yeah,
withdrawal get prescribed Ativan,
yeah,
but
Ativan.
it also can have the other effect and give you seizures when you're withdrawing off it. And I don't know. Benzos is a really complicated fucking drug.
I can't really blame her for not taking him to the hospital all the time because I never went. I went one time because I fell out at work. I guess it was just like a mixture of not having them and then the heat and the lights because I worked at a bar, and I fell out and knocked myself out on a pool table. and I didn't
Oh my
really have a
God.
choice but go to the hospital. But all the other times I didn't. I just kind of, you know,
You crazy girl.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I never went to the hospital when I had some crazy shit happen too, so I get it.
Well, look, can
Yeah.
you believe that she was like live streaming, going to Mexico and buying pills and shit? She was like live streaming.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yes,
Oh,
serious
Oh
as
yeah,
hell,
she
bro.
live streamed him having like 8 seizures in a row. Like you
Yes.
oh,
can
she's gross. She's fucking gross,
And
dude.
then when they were at the
Yeah.
hospital, she like took a picture, like the picture. Well, I was live. I think the other day I had it. It's the picture of like where she
Yeah.
like shows his whole entire face. Like she does not give no shit. She's up there taking
Oh.
a picture, like a selfie with her dress on, disrespectful as hell. But I was just talking about this shit the other day about his mom because they said his grandma actually raised him. So why I wondered why Molly was like pushing the narrative with the mom. Like what is going on? But I'm thinking because the mom is the one that reached out to her, and then she's the one who got to talk to her first and got information from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
she
like
supports her now.
that whole thing with the mom felt a little weird to me, and this is like no disrespect at all, but I felt like she was talking about how, oh, it's all lies. He's responsive, basically. Like that's how it came off to me. Like that, yeah. Breaking news. He's responding, and I'm
I
just
kind
like,
of
is that her having wishful thinking and like kind of taking little tiny things, movements of his as responsive? Like,
I
I don't know.
I Queen, did you see the video of her in the room with Dre at the hospital? It's so bad I won't play it, but like she's up in there talking about taking advantage of him and how she wanted him so bad and stuff while he's laying there in the hospital bed.
Yes, where she's talking about she wants to
Oh,
RAD him and his, she
Yeah,
knows,
oh,
yeah,
he's
she just wants the
gross.
nurses to leave. She'll jump on top of him. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I heard
she
that.
rubbed
Yeah,
spit all over him and said she was
yeah,
like she was literally in, like, you know, when you go into the room, you have to wear like the gowns with the gloves, like the whole outfit to
Yeah,
make sure that you don't like spread any
sterile
germs.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she literally like licked her hand and rubbed her spit all over him,
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, gross.
and then said that the spit was gonna send messages to his body through
yeah.
like like
She's not mentally okay if she thinks that there's seeds being planted in his belly and thinks that saliva sends messages.
and she thought that
Like I
she said
said,
there
I
was a
don't
demon.
advocate for like custodial like not custodial interference, but like custodial issues between exes and baby daddies and mommies. But like, I'm glad that dad is looking out for the kids right now because she, like I told you, that one time I took kratom, I felt like I was on mushrooms. She's tripping,
Wait,
bitch.
wait. She got. I thought that their custody hearing wasn't until August the 3rd.
Oh no, I think it is August 3rd. He filed for it. I don't know if he
He
got it.
Well,
filed.
that's what I'm talking about. He filed. He's taking interest and
Oh, okay.
aware that
I
there's
was
a
like, wait a
problem.
minute, girl. I thought you was about to tell me something I didn't know.
No, I
Um,
don't know that much about this. I'm just like I'm
okay.
kind of like repeating what you guys are saying and just giving my opinions on what the fuck I'm hearing. But like like I feel like she's tripping all the time.
I was about
Like
to
she's
get
on
happy.
like hallucinogenics almost. Like because
Well,
I had that effect off kratom before.
I want to ask y'all's opinion about something, if it's okay, Queen, because I can't get over this. So when Dre's mom, I mean, not Dre's mom, Vaughn's mom made an agreement with Dre's attorney about going in and seeing him. One of the conditions to see him was that she couldn't have a phone or a camera and that she had to be supervised. Why would she? Oh, and the family is not allowed to know any of his medical information. Why do you think that she's being like she won't let her even have a camera in that hospital room?
Because they're gonna expose her and her fucking bullshit. Period. Because if they're not allowed to know, like they're not allowed to know any details. They're not allowed. Like she thinks they're gonna go after her and expose her for something.
There's just something so suspect about that to me.
I gotta jump down. I'll be back up, Queen. My phone's on 1%, so I gotta charge up and I'll be back.
What do you think, Kate?
KJ
That's okay. I'm looking. I was going to say, I was trying to find that video. I found one of them where she's like going the fuck off at the hospital
And she starts talking really bad. She's like she is going off at the hospital.
Yeah.
She's got the mask on her face. Is it the one where the dad's trying to see him?
I'm not sure. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's not that one. It's an older one. The one where she gets
Okay,
kicked
but hold
out.
on. The dad got to see him. How did that go?
Oh, girl. Well, okay, so this made me mad too. So his bio dad actually went down there first. And
Now, see, I didn't know his bio dad had anything to do with his life. I thought grandma raised him and mom and dad didn't have shit to do with his life. Then somebody corrected me and said, no, the mom did have stuff to do. You know, she was in his life. And then he chose to go back and live with grandma and grandpa by his own choosing. That was his choice. You know, he was living with mom. And then when she got in trouble, he went to live with grandma and grandpa. When she got better and was getting her life together, she went back to live with mom. Or he went back to live with mom. And then when he was like 13 or 14, 15, something like that, he chose to go stay at grandma and grandpa's house again.
That, from my understanding, grandma adopted him. And he was taken, but
okay, so we need to figure out this real story.
Yeah. I didn't hear it. And the grandma actually, from what I've read, the grandma actually tried to track down his mama and couldn't find her, and like she did get in some trouble and stuff, but
she got in trouble for writing bad checks and went to jail. And then when she came out, I guess in his teenage, he went to go live with her for a little bit and then decided it was a bad idea and left.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But his dad did go down there first, and she tried to block him. And I think this is why she moved him from the first hospital, because you can see her, she's shaking, breaks out with a song and starts singing. And she tells the nurses and the doctors, like, he hadn't talked to his mama in 6 years. He don't want them in the room and blah, blah, blah. They tell her that she has no choices. This girl, she's like, but isn't only one person allowed in the room? And they said, yes. So she runs back to the room and stays there till midnight when visiting hours are over. And the only reason that his dad got to see him is somebody snuck him into the room after she left, after visiting hours.
Yeah, she did not want them in there. She did not want them in there at all.
She was mad. It was
How
bad.
about Katie Joy too? She's like, Dre had reasons to fear for her safety because the dad was a felon. So that's why she didn't want him there. And that he had like a gun or something. Like, what is this man? Or she was afraid he was going to like kidnap the kid, or said something like, because he's a felon, that Dre had every reason to feel unsafe and not want him there. And then they said something about a gun. I don't remember what did she say about the gun, that he had a gun?
Yeah, I heard she doxed the shit out of the whole family, and then was putting up all their police reports and records and all kinds of shit. That she was talking all kinds of shit about the family, and yeah, I heard it was really bad. Then she asked Vaughn's mom. She said, "I guess this is from Katie Joy." She said, "Since you didn't raise Vaughn, you didn't have anything to do with him, and you're pretty much scamming in your son's name. I want my donation back." And Katie Joy literally asked for her donation back, and Letitia sent it to her. She gave it back to her, but Katie, I guess, called her out for scamming, saying she's taking all these donations and shit, taking all this money, and that she didn't raise her son, that the grandma adopted him, and that she's basically doing this for her clout, like for clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Blonderell, he's not missing. He was having seizures, either from the K or benzo withdrawal, and then he tried to unalive himself, and now he's in a coma, and she's just being like really controlling of everything. All right, I'm going to share my screen so we can play this. I put it up, so whenever you want to play it, we can.
Go ahead, baby.
Blood from him. She was like, "Are you recording?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "Oh, I seen you recording." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was." She was like, "Well, if it has our names, if it has our faces, if it has our badges, like, you cannot have it." I'm like, "Dude, this recording is for my personal use. Ain't nobody gonna see it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure this mother effer, like, knows me on social media, and she's probably thinking that I'm about to post this ish. Like, I'm telling you, I know this B knows me. Like, if y'all ever trust in the vibes that I've ever felt, like, this B knew me, and that's why she was saying what she did. So I told her, like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna post this nowhere. Like, this is for my personal medical records. She says it doesn't matter as long as it has our faces, our badges, or whatever, then it needs to be deleted. And I left it alone. I didn't say anything. And then she proceeds to repeat it again. And I'm like, dude, I heard you. You were in front of my face. And I went like this. You were in front of my face. How could I not hear you? So I'm not going to agree that I'm going to delete the video of Vaughn having another seizure and these nurses just acting like, oh my God, how could this happen? No, I already sent it to Ashley and she already uploaded it on a file. Like, we have a whole file on Vaughn. So if something, God forbid, something happened where these doctors had to look at my phone to make sure that they didn't have this recording of Vaughn having a seizure, yeah, no, it's already uploaded to my Google Drive. Okay, it's on file. F all of these people, dude. F all of these people.
And this is her talking at the hospital. This is after Vaughn had his first seizure, right?
Oh, sorry. No, you're okay. Oh. Did he already?
This is after he had like 7 seizures in a row. This is in 2019.
What is that?
Okay, I gotcha. And then, matter of fact, keep dropping, or will you drop your link so that people can go to your channel and keep going? Because I don't follow this case like you girls do, so you need to keep dropping your link. Anybody that wants to continue to follow this case, like, you know, daily, or you know what I'm saying, go to Kate Does Crime, because she follows it, and so does allegedly with Brittany.
There's no.
So you can put her link in there too if you want to. Drop both of y'all's links so that people can go watch this.
Actually, this might be later than 2019, because 2019 was when they got a fight. It might be,
but the nurse,
I have to look it up, but I'll find out on my phone real quick exactly when it was.
I've even encouraged them to look at his medical records. Like, he has been here so many times, and I told them, like, look at what neurology has suggested for him. It just doesn't even matter. It's like as if I've never been through this before with him. It's just ridiculous. So I can't. Never again. Never again.
I'm sorry you guys had a bad experience earlier.
Well, I appreciate that you feel bad about that, because it seems like nobody else does.
Yeah.
Can I get a wheelchair so I can wheel him out just in case?
Yeah, I actually suggested that.
Yeah, no. No, I do. And I am his doctor, and that's what I want him to do. I want him to be wheeled out.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
He said he has some body issues.
This is where she makes him leave the hospital, ain't it?
Do you have any other questions for me?
Nope.
Yeah, she convinces him to leave the hospital.
Yes, this is where she convinces him to fucking leave.
I can't.
He can barely fucking walk, and she's making him leave the hospital.
Waiting on a transfer.
Yeah.
Or a bed, but that was all the VAs. the VA hadn't gotten back with us. So
she's a fucking bitch for this. This is wrong, flat out wrong.
If they would approve the transfer, or if he could stay here in the hospital for like insurance purposes. So that was the last update I got, like around 7:15.
Oh, because they didn't want her in the hospital.
Like if he's, because they marked him as priority, like if he is that priority,
Yep.
like why is it taking so long for him to go to get transferred? But now they want him to sign an affidavit for him to be like admitted here whenever he's receiving already shitty treatment. Like, why be here if nobody is listening to me or him and they're just doing whatever the F they want? Like, I can't.
Yeah, the fight was in 2019. This might be from 2020.
So they've been doing this shit for the last 2 damn years.
You guys next time, you know, because we are the only hospital. Like if you
Right.
have an decision and how to come here emergently,
Yeah.
what could they do to expedite their approval?
If he does have another seizure, I will put him in my car and go over to Tucson my damn self. So I will take him over there myself. He only has seizures maybe once a month, but whenever he does, it's like back to back. Even the doctor here, I had told him, because he had a seizure here, and the doctor didn't want to give him any kind of medication. And I told him, like, he was like, oh, he broke through his seizure by himself. And I told him, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to have another one. And Ativan is the only thing that stops him. And he didn't want to listen. So he didn't give it to him. And then what happens an hour later? My husband has a seizure. And he bites his tongue like he's.
I think that was it. But in a nutshell, he had like 7 seizures, and then she had no choice but to call the ambulance because her concoction of limes and cayenne pepper didn't work. That's what she would use to get him out of a seizure. Now, mind you, she would even put these shots she would make out of limes and cayenne pepper in his mouth while he was seizing. And she was like, it just didn't work. Like, I tried everything that I could, and I just had to call the ambulance. So they go to the hospital, and they say that he needed, like, potassium or something. So she starts bringing in all this, stuff into the hospital, like herbs and things of that nature. And
She was bringing the K with her, too, at the time.
Yeah. And then one of her supporters, or I don't know if they would be considered a supporter now, but called the hospital and basically told them, like, she's bringing stuff into the hospital to give to him. So they kicked her out. And then she convinced him. She told Vaughn, like, you can check out. We can go home. And, like, it's probably better that we go home because they're, like, not taking care of you right and all this stuff. And then she said, like, he couldn't even walk. So she asked them for a wheelchair, but they wouldn't give her the wheelchair because they said if he was going to leave, he had to walk himself out. And then they eventually gave her a wheelchair. Now, mind you, after you have a seizure, you have, like, no idea what's going on. So you'll just, like, listen to what anyone says.
Well, yeah, my aunt has
seizures. She's had them her entire life since she was little. Yeah. She has the brain aneurysm and she has seizures. It happens every night. She has one every single night. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's stressed out or if she doesn't get enough sleep. And she, like, clenches up. You know what I mean? Like, her whole body stiffens up, shakes, and then within, a couple seconds, like 20, 30 seconds, she's done. You know what I'm saying? But her body is, like, exhausted. She said it feels like she ran 2 miles when she's done. I mean, and it only takes, like, 30 seconds to a damn minute, but her body feels like she done ran 6 miles, she said. Like, it's very tiring. It's very exhausting. I just sent you a link.
It's almost like you sent a link. I got it.
Yeah, I sent you the link. I was gonna have you put it on, but it kind of gives a breakdown from the front to from the beginning to, like, what's going on. And I just sent it to you, but I wanted you to put it on, and we're gonna play it. And I mean, if I get a strike, I get a strike, but I don't think she will, honestly.
Yeah, we played it. I played that, I think, on my channel and on Brittany's, and she didn't strike us. So
Yeah, and I wanted to
good. Well, yeah, because it gives a good breakdown. I think people need to see that shit.
It does.
I really do.
She did a great job on this video.
Yeah, she really did, and she's got like another one too. So that's why I said I wanted you to play that one real quick, so people can get a breakdown of like what's going on, and then we can give our 2 cents and do it afterwards or during it. You know.
Do you want me to start from the very beginning, or do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, start at the very beginning of it, where she like explains it. You know what I'm saying? Because she gives a really good breakdown of the whole situation.
Real quick before to add to what Kate was saying, when she was in the hospital with him before they kicked her out, the stuff that she was telling the doctors was so detrimental to his health. The doctor looked at her and said, "Look, normally I don't do this, but I'm going to need you to show me some kind of proof that you're his wife, because the things that you are telling us to do and, you know, denying us do for him
is detrimental to his health."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And when you have a seizure, it's like your mind
so what do you guys think about the Munchausen's by proxy? So people say Munchausen by proxy, and I feel like people don't. I mean, they it does sound like it, but she doesn't. I don't think she's making him sick to take care of him. Because you have to keep in mind, yes, he was having seizures, but this started when he tried to unalive himself, right? Or am I wrong?
Well, he was having seizures for years, and they
just got worse with her concoctions.
Yeah, I guess she was.
And
they were going.
Go ahead, baby.
From what I think happened is, so he had a messed up knee, like he hurt his knee. I think he was getting like pain meds and stuff, and this is alleged. I have no idea, but from the videos I heard, this is what it sounds. That he was getting stuff from the doctor, and then one time they went to the doctor and they were telling him that he was in pain and all this stuff, and the doctor just like touched him and he jumped off the table, and the doctor was like,
well, it's like she doesn't. Munchausen by proxy is like where they make him sick to take care of him and get the clout from it. I don't think she just wants the pain med. She doesn't give a shit about taking care of him or making him sick to get the clout. She doesn't give 2 shits about that. I don't think she gives a fuck about it, but she wanted those pain meds and them Xanax.
Yeah. So the guy touched him and he jumped off the table, like wincing in pain, and the doctor was like, "There's no way." So I believe that at some point they felt like they were pill shopping. Yeah, this is all alleged. And cut them off, and then they started going over the border, and she was bringing back pain meds and Xanax. She even said in the one video, like, "I'm tucking in my fupa," or is that how you say it, fupa? Yeah. And then, so they were bringing back the meds from Mexico, and then the border closed. So I'm thinking maybe the case started when the border closed and they couldn't go down and just get medication like that. She was also huffing whipped cream, like the nitrous oxide from the whipped cream cans, like on video.
Yes, I heard you saying that. She was doing whippets and stuff too. I heard you saying that on your channel when you guys were talking about it. I was like, what?
Yeah, she did a whippet on the live. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's just what
I don't think that shit's funny or cute. And with her making her kids take spoonfuls. Now, Monica says, I seriously cannot understand how she neglected his condition so much that he's at this point. I take K occasionally for energy on heavy days, but very specific dose. Spoonfuls, dry, ? She's like, that is insane. So do you take it like you only take it on like heavy days? What do you mean by heavy days? Like when you like, just like you don't feel good, or what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by heavy days? I guess I don't understand. Like you feel like your body's feeling heavy, you hurt? What do you mean?
Or like on days when you're tired, maybe.
Right. I mean, I don't take it, so I don't really know. I don't know much about it. I mean, I can't really judge one way or another, but I've heard really horrible things about it. I've heard awful stories about it. Then I watched those ladies on your channel given their account where their sons and their kids had passed away from it. You know what I'm saying? Or from ingesting it and having like it's almost like what is like an overdose, or like it's like the chemicals in their bodies. Okay, Kate's very important stream right here. So go click that, go sub up to her link, and go click on her link, go to her channel and sub up to it, and then Fupa Palooza.
Every time I hear that word, I can't stop singing that song in my head.
Yes, what is that whiskey or lady? Go ahead and put that thing on or whatever. I'll let it in. Is it in here now?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if is it back at the front or did I send it to you halfway through?
I got it at the front. I
was gonna say I'm bad about sending it halfway through. You know what I mean? Because I already watched it. But all right, this lady breaks it down really good. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, so anybody else wants to go watch it, you're welcome to go over to her channel and watch it yourselves, like in full without commentary.
Hours of lives, and I understand this is a long video. It's really long because Andrea documented basically everything about their lives for almost 7 years, and it seems everything was really fine until a couple of years ago. So this is kind of a big deal on social media, and you know, I want to let you all judge for yourselves. And I don't know, it's just a really sad story, guys. So here we go.
That would be a dream, but I know I don't have that type of self-control. I knew I was a slave to food. But whenever you're kind of put in a position where someone that you love is sick, you know, looking at my husband seizing is one of the most scariest things that I've witnessed. My oldest daughter used to have seizures as well, and it's so traumatizing for someone who's taking care of that person. And he would have tonic-clonic seizures, which are formerly known as grand mal seizures. So his whole entire body, like he stops breathing, it like gets very intense. So anyways, it's scary enough to make you want to switch into something that is going to heal. Now it's like, okay, I don't give a damn about how tasty food is. If it's killing us, I don't want it. Like, show me what I need to do to preserve my life. Show me what I need to do to help my husband get through these problems. Like, that's what I want. So along this journey, like, of trying to heal my husband, I healed myself, or I should say healing, because we're always going to be on a, you know, soy mexicana, and I grew up. My name is Marvon McCray. I am a wife. Me and my husband have been married for over 7 years. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm 34 years old. I recently made major lifestyle changes with the food that we eat. I feel like I'm on a dating profile, and I gotta reintroduce myself. But anyways, so we went through a whole lot of things health-wise within the past few years, and it kind of led me on a journey where I wanted to find things that would cure my husband, because listen, I'm not just going to accept that a grown man supposed to be healthy can just get sick out of nowhere. So if you're not aware, my husband has been dealing with seizures. It's been a year and a half that the seizures just started. And so because of that, I wasn't just going to sit and accept that this is about to be my life. I wasn't going to just, you know, sit back and do nothing. So it got me searching for what would help him, like a natural route, how we can get to the root of the problem instead of just masking the symptoms.
Oh, wait, give me a shot, I can do a shot. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Yay! I'm gonna be sharing with you makeup tutorials, food recipes, letting you into my life. So
yeah, she's a makeup artist. She does makeup tutorials. Like, that's how she got like big on social media.
Without him, oh my God, the face of an angel.
He looks so good there.
Like this video. Guys, bye. Get out of the way.
So, Ms. McCray, how has this experience been making her get along?
He's actually really funny, and they did some really cute videos in the beginning.
Yeah, they did. I like the old man and the old woman that they did
was
together.
so funny.
Yeah, baby, are you single?
Hell no.
What you feel about other women checking you out?
I ain't down for all that. No.
Hell no.
Dude, they look happy as hell here, and you know she's crazy as hell. That's what makes her funny.
Hell no.
Yeah.
No. I was about to snap off this wig for real. Excuse you?
Because, I mean, we're all females. We all got a little crazy in this. Quit it. Stop it and play.
Oh, hell yes. I got some crazy in me.
She's obsessed with knives, though. She's got such an obsession with knives.
Why do my lips do that?
But she's so ratchet.
So kratom is a leaf.
And she looks so healthy and so good here. Look, she looks really healthy here. But this is where she starts talking about the kratom stuff.
It affects receptors in your head that opioids do, right? It is not and will never be an opioid. Okay, there's a major difference than a plant that mimics and it tricks your brain into it thinking it's an opioid, so it provides pain relief, right? Compared to an actual opioid that tells your brain this is an opioid, and then you have all these harsh side effects of the opioid. You don't have side effects from an opioid because your brain receptors knows it's an opioid, right? You have side effects because that pain relief medication is,
and people do take that for they do take it for opioid addiction or whatever they did. Yes, it does. Yes, people do take it for that.
They wash it, they dry it, they mill it, and they test it. Once it gets to America, the vendor that I choose, they have their own, testing things or whatever. Anyways.
Listen to her. I think she's telling fibs.
Is solely because of pain. Now, I've always dealt with pain all my life. I could swear I'm vaccine injured, which is where my autoimmune diseases come from, but I can't confirm. So it is what it is. That's not even the point. But ever since I was younger, I've always had severe pain in my body.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just let her play her video through. Look how uncomfortable he looks.
Understanding what people may be going through. Excuse me, sir. Are you
They both look really healthy here, though.
Yeah, but he just looks uncomfortable, like shy. He doesn't want to. He would rather play his game with his son or his daughter than to be messing around with her on that fucking live or that bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Excuse me. First of all, he's rude. Rude.
It's almost sad. It's like watching her family, like her and her family be like her destroying herself and her family right in front of us. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's sad as hell.
Because I mean, she looks really good right there.
Sir.
No,
they both look healthy.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Sir, excuse me, Mr. McCray.
I had to get it out first.
Okay.
And you know what? He likes her crazy. You can tell he likes her crazy. He likes that. He likes that in her. That's one of the things I think he likes about her. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of the things he loves about her.
Yeah.
Because, he's so quiet. He's so shy and reserved. And she's so loud and obnoxious. And just, you know what I'm saying? You see that a lot.
Opposites attract.
He looks like he's already losing weight, though.
Hi, guys. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted. So, if you're... Hello? Where did you guys go? First of all, rude. We're trying to do a YouTube live right now. Where'd you go? Hold on, can I lower you guys?
Dude, there were some spankings that I've done that.
And this is where she talks about like spanking and beating her kids.
Are you like? These are things that I pray leave my kids' memory, because as a mom, that's the only thing that should replay. I hate that. And it was stressful. Like I freaked out. I blew up on Rosa and I yelled, and it wasn't okay. It's because I've given my kids memories that I wish could be erased from their head. I literally feel like I'm just a walking monster. Like I feel that way all the time.
That she feels like a walking monster, but that's because she loses her fucking temper on her kid.
The way my family loves me, I feel like sometimes it's so undeserving because of how angry I can get. I yelled at Rosa today, and it doesn't feel like it never feels good. I always feel like the worst person in the world whenever I lose my patience with my kids. When it does, sometimes it's so hard for me to just kind of cool it. Like, boy, you just took me to level 10, and now I'm pissed. And then all of a sudden, whenever he's calm, can I have something to eat? I'm thinking mother, do you know what? I need to calm down. But he doesn't think that, he doesn't know. These are not things that he's thinking. So I'm trying to be careful. It's hard because it's with Raza, I have to explain things to him in a very different way. Because things just, I don't know. My kids are just very different. Anyways. Room and just lay down because I was losing it. And I told the girls, you need to come and get Raza out of the room right now because I feel like I'm going to do something I'm going to regret. And I was so serious. So they got him out of the room. And I just Raza, say a prayer. Say a prayer.
She that little boy. All I can think about is the little girl jumping with a knife.
So it was July of 2021 when he had the seizures.
On Hulu, and this part where we were at.
So it wasn't 2019, it was 2021.
The kid had brain damage or something. He was in a vegetative state for 2 weeks. You know how they're always telling us once this thing happens, then like that's it, you're done. You'll never come back from that. I don't know what it is, but they're just saying like, you know, like it's time to pull the plug if this happens because this person's never gonna come back. And now I'm thinking like, most definitely, I truly believe that they can come back now. 100%. I believe it so strongly. I believe a person can come back from that. I'm not gonna go research it or anything, but that's all I was thinking about. I really need to stop eating. I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. And I keep talking to myself. I've been having very long conversations with myself.
I just told them. That is very serious.
Is that I haven't even been able to open my mouth about what everybody else knows.
Vaughn.
Do you understand what that says?
Vaughn.
It's important that they know. It's important.
Vaughn.
It's important that you understand.
That you need help. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm gonna know my holiday. Don't push me. The first thing I told you.
I'm not pushing you, but I have to take care of them as well, whether you're here or not, and you telling them something that's severe and serious, it is not okay. We don't know where you're going. We don't know anything.
I don't know where I'm going, but
and that worries me.
And that's the thing. This is the stuff that stresses me out. This is why I shake and fall and do all types of
because
things. I can't take this.
This is why I shake and why I fall, because I can't take this.
I'm not yelling at you.
Now this is the siding with her.
It's not. It's not. And you walk away, Vaughn?
You're just trying to keep saying the same thing, trying to get you to understand your point, but you're not really understanding what I'm telling you.
Marvon, I understand clearly, but I don't. Girls, I need you to go to the room. I'm sorry. Please take some. No, you can go in my room. Please.
This is where it gets scary.
She's literally just concerned for you. And okay, I know. There's no actions that I'm doing.
Exactly. Your actions are not speaking. The only thing you're yelling is you need to get help.
I'm not yelling.
I'm just saying. The only thing I'm hearing is you need to get help. You need to get help. I asked, what do I need to help with? Oh, you need to go figure that out. Guess what? I'm doing something.
I already told you. It's not. Our conversations are nowhere near what you're even describing.
You're not really understanding. The counselors.
Trust me, I understand.
Listen. The counselors. They talk. The only thing they do is they write down everything you want them to know for the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist will book an appointment.
Okay, I hope you know that I'm the
Listen, the counselors, they talk. The only thing they do is they write down everything you want them to know for the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist will book an appointment, and then after that, you start your sessions. That's how it goes. I'm telling you, bro. I'm asking every single question.
I know, Marvon.
Stop.
Stop. Okay, I hope you know that I'm gonna call someone. Now that you
I'm going to just finish the hotel, but you don't want to give me anything. I don't have anything to my baby.
just asked for $2,000.
Bro.
$2,000.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen. But bro, just because I'm asking for it doesn't mean that I'm not going to pay it back or do I even deserve it. That's what makes it. I'm doing shit because I feel like you don't even think I deserve to. This is why I have to help. This is why I have to leave my place.
I think what's going
Damn. Yes, Monica, when she had him drink the foot bath mix and then told him to finish it, like, what the fuck, nasty ass. But see, the thing is why did he drink
it? Ready to go? That's cool, but you cussing and yelling at me is not cool.
Can you please stop talking to me? That's what's driving me crazy.
Because what? Because I'm trying to work on a solution for whatever's going on. Yes, I am. I don't think you use me. I use you? Where is this even coming from? How do I use you? How do I use you, Vaughn? What? How do I use you, Vaughn? How do I use you? Of course I do.
This is all done on a live stream. This is all on your live, right?
Yep, and he has no idea. She antagonizes.
I'm asking you questions.
She don't know this is going on. She don't know she's being recorded or what?
No, she would turn it on after he got like fired up. She would turn the camera on without him knowing. She'd wait till he got real worked up to do it.
He wanted to go away and get help, and he asked her for like $2,000 to go get a hotel room for the weekend, and then on Monday he was going to get help, and that's what they're arguing over. He said, "Do you know what PTSD is?" She was like, "No," and then he said he had PTSD, and then he said that he needed to get out of the house, and he wanted to go stay at a hotel for a weekend, and on Monday he would get help, and then that's what she's arguing with him about.
You and I've never cared about you. Where's this even coming from? Vaughn, where are you getting this? Please, I want you to talk. It's crazy how I'm asking you questions, Marvon. I'm asking you why you feel this way. Why do you think that? And you literally just keep saying, I want to hear myself. If I was talking, that would be different. This is crazy, Vaughn. And he was like, you know, I gave up my career for this. And I'm like, what is this? He was like, being married. And I'm thinking like, wow. You know, first of all, like, big F you, you know.
Right.
You know,
why is he asking her for money when he gets his own pension and his own check for being in the Navy or whatever, being a Marine?
Because he keeps all the money. He said he didn't even have a dime.
Yes, I do. Because I really feel like he wants a divorce, like for real, for real.
Pause this for a sec. Pause this for a second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. Yeah. Why is he asking for her for money when he's a Marine and gets a check? I mean, he gets money.
Because
go ahead.
She complained that he was spending too much money, and she keeps all of the money. And like in the text messages that I read, he was like telling her, you know, I don't even have a dime to buy a sandwich if I need it. Like he has no money on him. She keeps it all.
Hold on. Somebody said, hold on. He wasn't even allowed to have a fucking phone? What?
No, he did have a phone because they had a fight about it, but she would go through it all the time and stuff. So if he didn't have one, it's probably because of that. But he did have one at one time.
Do we know if he had any like social media profiles?
Oh, hell no. If she's controlling like that, you know damn well he didn't, because there'd be women texting him and causing issues. You already know what time it is with that.
Yeah.
No social media. She cut him off from the world. She can put.
Yeah, listen, and God knows her shit. She says right here, Cotton K said no, he was not allowed to have a phone.
I believe that because in the reports that I got, one of the DV calls to 911 was over a phone that he had. She was going through it and like refused to give it back to him and stuff. And it like she broke her foot and everything. And she refused to tell the cops that night at the hospital how she broke her foot. But she did explain that like she was going through his phone and look, you would think like she was going to say that maybe she was looking for him talking to a girl or something. But she said she was going through his phone because he had been talking to people about their relationship.
Well, he obviously needed somebody to talk to about it. I mean, shit.
Yeah, he was talking to his friend about it, and then she
said, fuck that, she ain't having it. She didn't want him talking to nobody about it.
Yeah, he also wanted to go visit, like, his mom and was planning to go visit, and then she was texting her friend saying, like, she wanted him to have a really bad time. Like, she wanted to, like, message Trip up so that because she was afraid that he was going to get too close to them and they would talk him into leaving her.
Yeah. He can pie. I heard he had a bad surgery too. I heard that too.
Yeah, I did hear that as well. They got like I heard that they
got.
I mean,
I do have to say this though. He is a grown man and he does make his own choices. And I really and truly do not see an investigation being opened on her for hurting him other than the stuff that's been going on while he's in the hospital. But as far as like leading up to that point, he feeds himself. She's not in control of, feeding him. She's not, you know what I'm saying? Like from the time he was in the hospital, yes. But I mean, I feel like before when he fed himself, he was feeding himself. He was ingesting the shit himself. he went out and tried to attempt to take his own life. She didn't take his own life. She didn't take his life. She didn't help him. She didn't assist in that. Nothing. You know what I mean? She had nothing to do with him doing that. I mean, she could have led, the fighting and stuff. She could have been involved that way. But I'm saying, like, physically, I don't think they can charge her with that because he's the one that did that to himself. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I have heard multiple people say that we might have a really hard time unless they find like some bombshell evidence that she put him there.
Now, if she was like, yeah, go do this, go unalive yourself, and taunted him and said it over and over again, texting him, saying it, screaming it, whatever, and it's on, you know what I'm saying? Then, like they have grounds to, I think, go around to, like, but as far as it goes right now, like you said, unless there's some bombshell evidence, I don't think they're going to be able to charge her with that.
No, because unfortunately, he consented multiple times on the videos.
Right. Go ahead and play the video, baby. You can play it.
So, anyways, for the people that don't know, Vaughn had 4 seizures at home on Monday, and the cayenne pepper that normally stops his seizures wasn't working. I don't know why.
She uses cayenne peppers to stop his seizures. The bitch, what?
5:30, and then it was like every 45 minutes he was having one, and that's never happened.
What is wrong with her?
She was putting it in his mouth while he was seizing
why
too.
the cayenne wasn't working. I even tried to use 2 different cayenne peppers.
Yeah, she was putting shots in his mouth of key limes and cayenne
shots.
pepper.
Something was not normal. I don't know what it was. I had to take him to the hospital to save his life. Like, I had to. Can you imagine if we weren't together? Like, he would literally just have seizures until his body couldn't take it no more.
Oh my God. Like, if it's not for her, he won't survive.
Yeah, when y'all said she rubbed her spit all over him, I wanted to gag. I can't believe that. I would, it makes me wonder why the doctors are allowing her to stay in there and continue to act a fool and do this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I said the same thing. But that's probably why she keeps switching.
I didn't want to call 911
Right.
because I felt like it would have just made it worse. The timing of everything, I called, I tried to call, I needed key limes. And I tried to go get key limes myself.
Oh, this is where she left the kids at the house and he has a seizure while the kids are there.
And pepper.
Alone.
Key limes I didn't have anymore, and he needed it, especially because he was gonna, he was not doing well. So I left the house, but he ended up having one with the kids at the house, and I wasn't there. Bella even, put cayenne pepper in his mouth, and he, bit her a little bit.
Oh my God.
So then she speed walked to wherever the lady was to get the Ativan to stop the seizure because they were so slow. And I said, all he needs is 2 milligrams. It was so severe after the 2 milligrams, he's in a postictal state. So it's he will try to get up, he will try to move, he's flailing his arms, he's not in control of his body, he don't know what he's doing. It was so bad, the doctor said another milligram of Ativan, and I'm thinking damn, that's not, he don't need that much. 2 milligrams was gonna be sufficient enough, in my opinion. But whatever. So
in her opinion.
Coming back into the room, I have it recorded, and he was like, normally I don't do this, but I'm going to need you to provide some proof of some type of marriage certificate. If you're claiming that you're his wife, I need to see some proof because normally I don't go against people's.
See, the doctors were asking proof. They wanted proof that was his wife.
Around that, I swear, I was praying so much. So I'm here laying on the bed, and then the night nurse comes in and she's scanning the medication that she's about to give him. And I ask her, oh, what are you going to give him? She says Depakote. Depakote is a seizure medication. Before she got in there, let me tell you, Vaughn told me that there was a guy that came into the room that was civilian attire and was very forceful about, you need to take seizure medication. You're in the hospital for a reason. We are here to treat you. Da-da-da-da-da. Vaughn didn't have it in him to fight. He said no, he didn't want it, but the doctor said whatever he said, but Vaughn couldn't respond after that. Why should he? He just had 7 seizures. He's exhausted.
He's so exhausted that she made him check out of the hospital.
So what follows from there in her video is that she wanted a power of attorney and went through 3 different staff members to try and get one. They finally tell her that only a chaplain can do that and there's no chaplain available. So she takes her kids and she heads home. When she gets home, she starts hearing what she calls demons.
Pray. Once we get home,
I swear there's a demon in the house. Me, Boo, and Roz are laying down in my bed, and then I hear like a clinking sound in the kitchen. And I think it was I swear it was a spoon. I don't know why, because spoons, forks, knives are all gonna make the same sound, but for some reason, like I knew it was a spoon. I thought maybe Jacob's standing up. Hey, Roz, please don't do that. Stop. Yeah, I thought maybe Jacob is trying to look a plate or something. No, there was nobody. And then all of a sudden, I hear Roz's witty toy go off, and he's starting to say stuff. Now, if you pull the string, he talks, but nobody's pulling the strings, like at all. Roz was already asleep, nobody was around, and he's just talking. So I go pick him up. Eventually, he stops talking, but I'm like, Jehovah help me, Jehovah help me, Jehovah help me. Like, I'm just tired. I don't want to deal with nothing else. Demons are just annoying to me. So it's just like, Jehovah help me, Jehovah help me. Then
she acts like she deals with demons on like a regular basis. She's like, demons are so annoying.
Malfunction, whatever. I don't want to hear it. So I take him outside, and outside the woody toy goes, no, you can't leave me like this. He literally said that. So I just put him outside and shut the door, and then I called Mom right away. And I said, Mom, I think there's a demon in the house, and I need your help in praying. And so, absolutely, we've been.
Do you notice she'll have a whole conversation in front of her little boy about all this stuff?
First,
and he just takes it in.
His head was hurting really bad. They had given him a potassium pill. He had a lumbar puncture. So they were going to test his spinal fluid to see if he had, any type of infections or whatever. And so from what Juanita had said in the comments was that the headache that you get afterwards is so excruciating. So I knew. So what did they do? He's telling them he's in a lot of pain. They give him a potassium pill because they say, oh, his potassium's low. That's going to help his headache. Well, he took the potassium pill and did nothing. But I'm thinking, okay, CMOS has potassium. If my husband needs potassium, I'm going to get him CMOS. Anyways, the second time around I'm going to the hospital, I got CMOS. I got purple onion soup. I got grapes. I got mango. I bought white willow bark, kratom, valerian root. Like I brought so much to the hospital. While I'm live, the second time, I had just given Vaughn, I think, his CMOS. And so then there's the nice nurse comes in. She's like, hey, are you on Facebook Live right now? And I'm just thinking in my head, like, the only people that know that I'm live right now is supporters. So the fact that they're asking me if I'm on Facebook Live, obviously a supporter is calling the hospital and telling them that, and telling them whatever. And I don't know. She was like, we're getting calls and complaints that you are bringing outside things. And I swear, Jehovah, it made me say the perfect words. So they're saying, we called the doctor also, and she said that, if you bring in food, it could be cut up fruits and things that we know, like we can see. But if it's broths, then it could be anything that you put in there. Like it could be anything at all. So they just don't know. So I'm like, okay. And I see it as, okay, now I know, cool, like whatever. And then she was like, and because of this, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And I'm like, oh, okay. Whenever she opens the door, there's security waiting for me outside of the door. And there's like a crowd. There's other hospital staff, and there's 2 security guards, which I'm assuming they were ready to escort me out. Which, again, like, I'm not afraid. Like, dude, you just can't intimidate me. You can't intimidate me when my God is as powerful as he is. Like, it's just, you don't scare me, okay? Like, I don't give a damn how big and bad you think you are. They walked out of the room. They walked out of the room, and then while me and Vaughn were alone for a minute, I was like, Vaughn,
why is she talking like that?
You can sign yourself out. You can tell them. Yeah, they told me I couldn't go back. Yeah, they said I have to leave and I'm not allowed to return at all. You're in my light, mommy. They said I have to leave and I'm not allowed to return.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Makes me sick.
I almost feel like you should come home. I said, I feel like you haven't had seizures for a whole 24 hours. I said, I am not sure.
She tries to talk him into going home.
And I can't be here anymore. I'm a little bit nervous about that. I said, you are already seizure free for 24 hours. I feel like if you wanted to go home, you can go home. I said, they're not giving you anything besides Tylenol around the clock and antibiotics, which I don't even know if he has an infection. He was running a fever, but I feel like I swear, I don't even think that he had an infection. I am pretty sure that they assumed it because he was running a fever, but I am pretty sure he's running a fever because he only takes 2 milligrams of Ativan and they give him 3 at once. My husband's body is
that's not going to give you a fever.
Yeah, these doctors know what they're doing.
Seizures. It's because of emotional trauma. It's not because of physical or unhealthy eating, in my unprofessional opinion.
So his body runs a very different way. You can't just put something like pharmaceutical medications in such a heavy dose in a body who doesn't consume any type of Western medication, any type of like that. That doesn't even go in his, like that is what I was under the assumption of, okay? That's what they make you feel like. It's you're not allowed to do anything. You got to sit there and allow them to do whatever they want to you, you know? That's how they make it seem. And I'm like, no, baby. If you don't want to be here, you can leave. And you can sign papers for us to go. And so
oh, wow.
I don't want you to feel like you got to choose or you got to come, but I just want you to know that this is kind of what I feel.
Right. She said, I don't want you to feel like you have to choose, but yes, you did.
Being here, then that's fine. He's like, well, what if I have any more? And I said, well, if you have more, then I can take you back. And if you have more, then we can explore other options, or I can take you straight to Tucson, because they wanted to transfer him anyways. I said, they ran a very important.
I wonder why.
Puncture, but that takes 48 hours for us to get the results of the cultures. So right now you're just in here waiting. That's all you're doing. So I feel like, I can take care of you when you come home, and I know I can take really good care of you. So then the nurse came back in and he says, can I, he can barely speak up. He barely had bass in his voice. He could barely talk. And he's saying, I want to leave. And she's like, okay, but do you know that, if you still this and that, leaving against this, you can get this, that, or even death. Like, what the, just get the hell out of his face with all that. But I kept my mouth shut because maybe she has to say this or that, whatever. But he was, he kind of looked at me. He has such a sad puppy dog face whenever he's sad. It's so sad to see him in such a bad spot. And it's like, F all of these doctors that put him in a position like that.
No, bitch. No, bitch.
I'm the love of his life, man. I feel like our love, and I don't even want to say I feel, I know that our love is healing to him. His subconscious puckered up his lips to kiss me. That to me was proof that even whenever he's out of it, even when he's had 7 seizures, even when he's had a stupid amount of Ativan, even whenever he can't even open his eyes, even whenever they ask him questions and he can't even say his name. He couldn't even say his name because he was not there. Even whenever he can't even open his eyes, even whenever they ask him questions and he can't even say his name. He couldn't even say his name because he was not there. That I got a problem with. Like, I'm not comfortable leaving my husband with these people no more.
Right.
So I
How did he ask to leave if he couldn't even say his name?
And he asked to leave. And they gave him that whole spiel, this, that, and the other. And so then while they're taking the IVs out of him, I asked the lady if she can bring, this was a new person. I asked the lady if she can bring a wheelchair. She says, no, because he's leaving AMA, he cannot get a wheelchair. He needs to walk out. And I'm just thinking like, all right, I'm gonna have to pick him up. My husband, Vaughn, could not stand up. He couldn't even sit up on his own. Like, there was absolutely no way he was going to be able to walk out of that hospital at all. He did not have the strength in him. There was barely any life force inside of his body.
Yes, you heard that right. Barely any life force in his body. Yet she did not allow him to have any treatment for the 7 seizures he had. And she convinced him to sign out of the hospital on his own so she could take care of him because she did not feel comfortable leaving him there. Leaving him there with qualified nurses and doctors with an actual education in how to take care of patients in these situations, not just giving them seaweed.
Because she knew he even like, bro, when I tell you he had barely any life in his body, like it was sad to see. It was very sad to see him in that state. But I didn't want to be on that frequency. Being sad is a low emotion or low frequency. I don't want that. Only high frequencies. I am so adamant on that, especially because I need to do everything I can to show my faith in God. I need to do everything I can to show, not just say words are useless. I need to show by my actions that it's going to be okay and that we will have a way out.
So at this point, I'm really starting to get pretty pissed off listening to all of these videos. Like, girl,
yeah, what the fuck?
Me attitude and your desire for high frequency and your Jehovah and all these other things are not helping your husband. You're taking him home, in your own words, basically lifeless. And now he's in a coma.
Mm-hmm. They got me a wheelchair for all my belongings, and they got me a wheelchair for him. And we left the hospital, all because a supporter called to report me and say all these things. And whatever was said was enough for them to have such a great deal of animosity towards me that I not only got kicked out, I wasn't allowed to return, and they weren't going to let me sign the power of attorney.
I felt.
All about her.
No, lady. The hospital staff knew you were a damn kook.
I had told them that we had called the chaplain hours ago, and he still never came. So I would like to wait until the chaplain came to the room so we could sign papers. Absolutely not. They weren't going to have it. So then we left. I'm telling you, my stomach felt so sick. I felt so sick to my stomach because I felt like I should have prayed first. Every decision, every corner that we were at, I always prayed. I always prayed for God's guidance. I always prayed for God's reassurance. I prayed for his, like, to show me the way, show me the way.
Yeah, Monica, I'm sure.
But this, I didn't pray before. This was a reaction. And that's
Thank
what
God she didn't find
all
out
I
everything.
deeper is my husband needs me for his healing. I am so critical. I'm so critical to his health being good, Now you're trying to take away someone who means the world to him? Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's different.
my prayers have been that Jehovah blesses the fact that I took him out. My prayers are the fact that he wanted to leave, It was him. He wanted to leave because I had recommended that. My word holds weight with my husband. He looks to me as a guide. My family in general looks at me as the one who makes the decisions, the big, heavy decisions, because I'm a very logical thinker,
You are not.
I need Jehovah to bless. I need Jehovah to bless the fact that we left. I need him to be okay. I should have prayed before. I didn't even think about it, but the whole time I was praying that Jehovah blesses my efforts, or he sees what I was trying to do. He sees that I was scared of what they were going to do to him because of how we were treated. I wasn't comfortable. I couldn't have gone to the hospital any other time to see him. He would be on his own. That didn't sit right with me.
The FDA considers this poison.
Yes, Gladys, she's Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, here she goes with this powder shit. Here she goes with it.
Well, I've been around way too long to think that the FDA putting a poisonous stamp don't mean nothing in the world of Dre McCray. Okay, I'm just saying. You try to put a ban on something, then I'm like, okay, then it must be good. Let me go see why there's a possible ban on it. You know what I'm saying? So once one of my friends told me about this, and she was like, just letting you know, it's it might be against the FDA saying it's poisonous. I was like, add to cart and give me 2 of those, but take one back out because I gotta save money. Okay, chaparral leaf. Okay, just letting y'all know.
So Mr. McCray is in a coma right now, and he has been for over 2 weeks. He was flown from Yuma.
I honestly don't think he's going to pull out of this coma.
On Monday. So that's like 2 weeks and a couple of days.
You don't?
And it's pretty serious.
No, I really don't. The doctors have told her as well, too.
Why he's in the coma is irrelevant. He does have a brain injury. I'll say that, but that's also as far as what I'm going to say regarding that, because
I feel like what she's doing right now is cruel to him.
Yeah, it is.
She's using him as like a spectacle, and I don't like it.
I don't care what every single doctor in that hospital is telling me. Like, I'm getting doctors pulling me aside in a room. There was 7 doctors around me. Literally, 7 doctors.
They listen to what she says.
So that they could really explain to me the severity of the situation. And not that I don't care.
So they could really explain to her the severity of the situation. He's not coming out of this coma. He's not coming back from this.
She said 7 doctors.
Of his injury for them.
7 doctors pulled her to the side and told her about the severity of the situation. He is not going to come back from this. I think what she's doing right now, by prolonging his life, keeping him on life support, giving him this bullshit and this feeding tube that she's got.
First of all, okay, so
this is going to end up like a Terry Schiavo situation.
I think it's very abusive to him.
Acidic state.
And she's making him a clown in a sideshow circus, for real, on a social media circus.
He just wanted me to pull the blood because they want his organs. Like, is his blood that precious? And
I can't let go of Munchausen by proxy.
When I went to see Vaughn, he wasn't doing good. He was doing this again. Hold on. He was doing and I can tell it's because of what he ate. Although the vegan formula is much better than the poison that they had at the hospital, it was too much.
What I mean?
Fast most of the day, and then he'd have like one big giant meal, but they're continuously giving him this feed, and I could tell when he's doing this, it looks like hiccups, but it's not. He had way too much to eat. I know my husband, and we are connected because we are one. So I can look at him, diet, and look up and down his body from the top of his head to the tip of his toes, and it's like my eyes do a little scan, and immediately he ate too much. So I go and I tell the nurse, I said, hey, can we stop his feeding? I want to give him this, but actually, can we not feed him anymore? Because I think it's too much for his body. And she said yes, she was going to go talk to the doctor, let the doctor know that I was there. But then whenever she had left, Vaughn ends up having so much stuff coming out of his mouth. Mucus for sure. And I think it's still mucus from, the poison that he was like from the nutrition bag. And it's really not poison, but like Vaughn's body sees it that way. It's the nutrition bag, but it's toxic to his body. No disrespect on what's actually in there. It's just for Vaughn, it's poison. So they had printed out paperwork on Kate Farms because they wanted to tell me about the vegan formula that I can't order for him. And so they were trying to tell me about it. And I was like, oh, good. You know what? I ended up ordering a case this morning and it should be here within 2 days. And they're like, oh, okay, good. Blah, 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 blah. But just to let you know, we need to put him on something because I'm not going to allow him to be without nutrition. And I said, okay, but clearly my husband's having a negative reaction to the formula. So I am not, I am against that. I do not want him to have it. They're like, well, I am his physician, and I'm just letting you know I am not going to allow him to be without any nutrition. And we're going back and forth. Oh, I think not. His body is having a negative reaction, and he cannot have this. They're like, well, it's detrimental to his health for him to go 2 days without food, or for him to be without food. And I said, and I think it's detrimental to his health to give him food that his body views as poison. Like just a couple of days ago, he was able to breathe without a ventilator. He wasn't having these jerks. He wasn't this and that. And then they were like, do you understand his injury that he has? Like, has the doctors talked to you about this? And I said,
she
yes.
clearly does not.
Do you have the doctors talk to you about this? Like, she says that twice now. This is the second time she said it. And the doctors have tried to tell her he is not coming out of this.
And what I'm not going to do, I am not going to repeat what doctors have said. So we're going back and forth.
No, she thinks he's coming out of this and he's going to be just fine. Everything's going to go back to normal. But I'm sorry, Dre, it's not.
How his body is going to negatively decline if he doesn't have feeding for 2 days. It's like his body is viewing this stuff as poison. The nutritionist goes, well, we've done studies. She's like, we've done studies and this is blankety blank. And this is food that's really good for people who are in critical care, blah, blah. Miss me with that. So she's going on and on.
And so she's saying, miss me with that, with a woman who's went to school and studied nutrition.
So good for the body. And so I said, that's really great. And I'm glad, I'm glad that it's been studied. I'm glad that it's beneficial for the body for whatever reason. I don't know. It is not good for my husband and his body is having a negative reaction. And the physician said,
really?
Trying to allow you to get a choice between this one and this one, because I am not going to allow him to be without feeding. And I said, even though I am his wife and I am saying no, do not give it to him. She said, yes. I said, in that case, I need to contact a lawyer. She said, yes, you can do that. But in the meantime, he's going to get something.
Good for that nutritionist telling her what's up.
When Vaughn, today's still the 30th, right?
Look how different she looks now from the beginning.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell the changes in her face. It's awful, really. She looks terrible.
That has to, see it, witness it, help him, take him to the doctors, take him to the hospital. We used to go to the hospital like every 2 weeks, and then he would have seizures every week. It was just crazy.
Yeah. So
they said 7, 8 seizures.
Oh, this lady is a wackadoodle too.
He had more than that.
No, I don't. Yes.
So people
Vanessa,
a lot of her supporters are.
Or whatever.
This
My
chick
hated going to the hospital.
ran to be like a politician in Texas, and she got caught with crack and stuff in her car.
We've had this conversation, me and my husband, many times. And he has told me
she does all these weird videos and stuff. She's really
so if my husband said he does not want to go to the hospital if he has a seizure, and I'm here stressed that he's having one, my only job as a caregiver is to continue to provide love and support.
And I think she got a DUI.
Bullshit, though. Fuck. I mean, you can provide love and support. Provide no fucking herbs and no bullshit.
Naturally. I'm in Mexico, like another country, Mexico. I just get really scared whenever I know you're going to have a seizure. I hate you going through that. I'm just happy you're okay now.
What the fuck?
Sober? I could put it in my food. I would rather it be on me, because if God forbid.
Why would you put this online? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm a black dude from the South. I'm definitely coming down.
Heather, Xanax, yeah. Do they search you? Do they search you when you walk over? No. There's no metal detectors or whatever. I just hope there ain't no dogs, okay?
Do you have to have a prescription there? No. But even if we did see a doctor and we had a prescription, they'd still give us trouble. So X-rays and probably really strong pain medication.
That's what I'm saying. I think she wanted his meds. I don't think she gave two shits about what he was really sick with or what he had wrong with him. I think she just wanted his pills. Like, I don't know. I think she was allegedly addicted to meds.
Doesn't matter anyways, you know.
Yeah, she was saying here.
And then that's why she used it. She went to that kratom because she couldn't go get in the meds anymore. They couldn't afford it or couldn't go down there because of the pandemic. Went to that kratom shit, and this is what it led to.
To spend as little amount of time explaining himself as possible. So keep it simple. What do you use for seizures? Valerian root. That's it. Like, we don't need to go through the whole spiel and tell them everything because that's not what we're here for. You know, we're here at the hospital. I mean, this is what I was telling him. I'm still not there, you know. We're not there to be interrogated. We're not there to be, you know, ask a million questions or talk about seizures. We're there to get x-rays to find out what happened to your back and get some pain medication. Like, we've been thinking about what blessings have come out of him having seizures, you know? There are so many blessings that have come out of it.
His mouth is like all open, so I try not to show
Yeah,
it.
see, and here she is making a spectacle of him online. Like, this is disgusting.
Baby. Baby. Oh, see what I mean? Did you see? Did you see his head move? My baby. Did y'all see it? Or did I not put it on the camera right away? Did you see him? My baby.
Wow.
The taser is you have to actually have bodily contact with someone, right? I want the one where you shoot the gun and it like sticks
Like,
to them.
I'm speechless, for real.
What's that? Girl, get a gun. I can't get a gun. I'm too crazy. Like,
right.
I 100% know I am not mentally stable.
Want me to fast forward to when she's in the hospital arguing
You look at my
about
husband
the
the wrong way.
parent?
Bang, bang. Okay. I cannot. No. I will get.
Yeah, you can fast forward, and I actually sent you another link that's an updated link, and you can play that one. It's actually even better than this one. So
Yeah. No.
you can cut this one off and put the new one on.
I'm not.
Or you can fast forward it to when she's in the hospital and then cut it off.
A stun gun. I think stun gun. Okay.
If people want to go watch the full video, they can go over to this to Crime Time channel and watch it. You know what I mean? The link is pinned. Her channel link is pinned on my stream. You know, it's pinned up there. So.
Bang bang. I'm so serious though. I am not like.
I'll just go to the hospital part and then.
In fact, we need to call security.
I'll get this one.
Yeah, that's fine. This is good.
This is my wife. What do you mean I can't see my son? Craig, I had to go 3,000 miles now.
You don't need to pray. I know, Rima. I know.
It's Rebecca on Team South. Was Mr. McCray able to have any visitors right now?
Besides his wife.
Should only his wife be allowed in? Yeah.
Is this where the parents try to get in, right?
Ask a social worker.
Yeah.
Does she like run back to the room so they can't go in there?
I know. Just watch out Jehovah. Always. Comes through each and every single time.
The girl that made this video did a really good job. She did a good job putting all of this stuff together. You know what I mean? The next video that she did really breaks it down. So I think it's really good. I'm going to pin that one too. So anybody that wants to go watch it, go to the channel and watch the whole video in its entirety.
That's my baby every day.
Of my heart.
Oh, Lord.
I ponder through the day.
Hi, Cheyenne. How are you doing? Can you get security for me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And keep me steadfast in your way.
Please wait upon my mind and make me restless in the night. And maybe I meditate on you and things I know to be upright.
Are you gonna be here?
So don't be
Yeah, she said she sings this song to him all the time.
They know they're not allowed to be here. They're very well aware. And he has it on the charts, no visitors, and you need a password in order to even get updates. And the nurses know. I've told them
you
about
need a password even to get an update.
Yeah. They're not supposed to be here, and they're very well aware. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So she talks to the parents.
Hi. Hi, this is her visit. They're not. Well, they're here to visit my husband, but the mother, like my husband hasn't communicated with her in like 6 years. They don't have a relationship anymore. Like he recently reached out, but that's neither the point. Right now, with his, he was tested positive for COVID. His white blood cell count was elevated. I respectfully told them whenever he wakes up, they could visit. But at this point right now, I need to remain his only visitor. They've been posting really bad, negative stuff online about me. Just really, really bad stuff. So, yeah. They know they're not supposed to be here, and I've made it very clear. So them here to be with, yeah. They're very well aware of that. I'm his only visitor right now.
So we looked into that, and I know you're his medical decision maker, and we do make
Listen to what he tells her. He breaks it straight down on her.
Even the mother, even I can get someone to show the birth certificate.
So we, we did speak with our social worker who spoke to harass to confirm, and we confirmed that here in the state of Arizona, although you are, and we do recognize that you are the medical power of attorney, you do have the decision on what information is shared. But in the state of Arizona, you do not have the ability to decide who can and cannot visit the patient.
So anyone can visit.
Oh, she's pissed.
So this is something that has been confirmed with the social worker. It's not something that has been documented, but we have confirmed with multiple people.
Okay.
But that's a valid statement.
Can I see or can you contact the social worker, please?
I can try and contact the social worker that's working.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we have the understanding that
that's just a policy, unfortunately.
Okay. She gave him up when, if that's the case, then strangers can come into the room and request to visit him?
Yeah, and really anybody can. We can't really restrict the visitors.
Yeah. But if I'm in the room and there's only one, he said they can't come in, right? Because I was already coming back and I'm coming back to the room. Once I leave the room, I have to go to the bathroom. They want to come in. But I know it's a very strict one person, policy for, yeah. So I'm just going to go to the room, and then whenever I have to leave, but in the meantime, if you could get the social worker. Yeah, or paperwork so that I could see that, and then I can research too.
We'll look into if we can get it somewhere in writing, but that is the policy. Unfortunately that's where it is.
How fucking embarrassing would this be, you guys? If we were in this position, how embarrassing is this? Would you guys act like this with your significant others?
I don't know that.
Would any of y'all act like this?
Right. Okay.
Hell no.
Well, then, for now you'll just have to follow along with our policies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, sure. I don't want to go against.
Yeah, we're not trying to say this to be mean or put you down in any way, but we did honestly look into it today. That's unfortunately the policy that we can't really restrict.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can I speak to the higher ups too? That just letting them know.
We'll try and get.
Okay.
We'll see if the social worker might not still be here.
Okay.
Not to, but we'll call it.
Okay. That'd be good. Thank you so much. Okay.
She's beating feet to get back to that room before his mom and dad do.
To find out that this is not true.
She is running.
Oh yeah, she is. She's trying to hurry up and get her ass back there.
Let me put it here. So I fast forwarded to, give me a second, to the exact part where they do the update.
The one I just sent you is the perfect one to play.
I was just gonna start it at the update because they talk about, she pretty much gives a summary of all the stuff we just watched. So I fast forward it right to where they talk
go
about
ahead.
the
Yeah,
update.
go ahead, honey. That's if you know where it's at. Yeah.
Add the video in. And then, there we go.
And I know Molly gets snapped on by Sherelle's World. She put her in her fucking place.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Miss Letitia. It is Molly Golightly, LB, and Justice for All.
Hey, you guys.
And about 5,000 people.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hey. I heard you had an eventful day.
I had a blessed day.
Blessed day.
Yes. It was so, oh my goodness. I felt like today was like when I first had him, when I first brought him in this world. It really was amazing. And I knew he knew I was there because.
And this is Marvon's mom speaking.
Kissed his hand. He let out a smile. When I reached over to kiss his cheek, he turned his head towards me. And when I say he was like, you're not going to give me no pay. My son is no longer on the ventilator. That is true. He is responsive.
He's responsive?
All the time, every now and again. But When I tell you, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh.
When I put my hand in his hand and you can feel him trying to squeeze it, I prayed over him. I asked him, I said, Marvon, open your eyes. Would y'all believe that I saw the white part in the pupil of my son's eye? It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Guys, he opened up.
Wait, she's saying he's off the vent. He's off the ventilator?
Up to the eyelid, but he actually opened.
I don't believe that.
I didn't know what to expect when I walked in that room.
Oh, sorry.
But it's like the Lord said, you know what? The first time, and probably for the past couple of weeks, I wasn't prepared. But today, it's like I walked into, oh my goodness, y'all. If I could just describe the feeling that I have right now.
Okay, what y'all think? What do y'all think?
Because it wasn't tears of sadness, it was tears of joy. And
I don't think. I think
really
he's still. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
Really made this possible. And I'm gonna just say this: what's been on my heart since yesterday was how can I forgive?
Yes.
How can I forgive? And I just
Look at Molly over there crying like she really fucked like this shit really means something. Girl, stop it.
So I'm gonna say
She plays too much. She better stop.
Marvon McCray, I forgive you. And I pray that you forgive me. But Marvon is the main reason that I know you and you know me. And we all know each other right now. So we got to just keep prayers up for him that hopefully he'll progress. And behind closed doors, I do want to say this one thing. The fight is not ended. Because we got a baby on the side that needs. And Raza needs me. He needs his dad. And then you guys know what else. I spoke on that last night and I meant it. So let's just, that chant that you say to me, Marvon, open your eyes. Molly, thank you. Because from the time I walked in that hospital, to the time I left out, to the time I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it's Marvon, open your eyes. And I saw him today. I saw his eyes open.
So she's saying he's no longer on life support and that he opened his eyes, or that she wants him to open his eyes.
But listen, we're way further than we was a couple of weeks. I would say even yesterday. So we now can just focus on what need to be done, because I'm serious.
Yeah.
There's some things that need to be done.
Yes.
But at least the first step was me getting visitation, and that part has been done. So now we can move forward with the bigger picture.
Right.
But I thank you guys.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you know, I have to keep going.
This is where the drama starts in, right? I think right about here, because
Yes, absolutely.
Katie Joy is saying that the mom is chasing clout and wanting her 15 minutes of fame and wanting donations when she wasn't involved in his life. And she asked for her donation back.
Just the biggest smile. And, oh, man. Oh, my goodness. And all I can say is,
Do they talk about it on the live?
I don't know if they do or not, but I know that Heels in the Air, I'm pretty sure she made clips about it. I love her clip channel. I said Heels in the Air has a bum ass channel.
Mama?
When I walked in the door, I say, your mama's here. So when I walked in, because, we had to get suited up and everything. So when I walked in, I was like, your mama's here. And it's like, you can see the monitor, like the heart rate just climb a little bit. And then it went to beeping a little bit. So I was like, hold on now. He's not a 10. When I touched him, I could just feel the energy. Yeah. So he knew I was there.
Wow.
He knew I was there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna deny that. You know what I'm saying? A mother knows their son, I mean, you can say a mother knows their son. Son knows their mama. You know what I mean? Regardless, whether she raised him or not, she did birth him. That is her son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a connection there. And I'm sure he did feel something. I'm sure she did too, And this is probably really hard on her as well. And I'm sure she probably thinks he, wants to see the best and wants him to wake up and thinks that everything's gonna, I'm sure there's a lot of regrets because, like they said, they didn't speak for 6 years. I'm sure there's a lot of regret.
From this point on, all we can do is just wait on him. So, thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Now, what's the deal with now Letitia's not talking to Molly anymore? Is what's going on? Somebody said that Letitia won't talk to Molly anymore.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, she said, let's focus on Marvon and not the drama. And she was pissed
Yeah, I see that. She made a post saying, like, let's let's not forget about the drama and focus on Marvon. And that was around where like Sherelle and all that happened, but I didn't know she stopped.
Sherelle said, Molly, do not play with me. She said, I did not come to you for views. I let you come up on my channel and was trying to be nice. But if I feel like I need to speak on something, I'm going to speak on it.
Who said that?
Sherelle's World. I love
yeah.
her channel. I love watching her channel. It cracks me up.
Yeah, I like the one chick on there, V. She is hilarious. She I haven't seen her on the recent videos, but it was like a panelist that would always go up. She was my favorite, V. She's funny as hell. I gotta hop down though, Queen.
Yeah, it's all right, baby. I appreciate you coming up. I've been on here almost 2 hours. I'm gonna get off here too, but I appreciate you coming up and chit chatting about it.
Me
filling me in. You want to drop your channel link, so if people want to keep up with updates, they can go to your channel or Brittany's channel, because you guys do more stuff on this and more updates than I do. So they can go sub up and go drop your channel link before you leave.
Sure.
Or have the mods do it. Like somebody, put your channel link in there, and that way if people want updates, they can go to your channel and go to Brittany, allegedly with Brittany, and get updates from both your channels. Because you guys, are you going to stream tomorrow? Are you going to do a live tomorrow on it?
I'm gonna try. Probably I'm gonna shoot for Wednesday because I gotta. I'm gonna do the live from the other perspective of kratom. I got a couple people who want to talk about their experiences. So.
Good experiences, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice, because then you have some that you have both sides of it. You have people who had really bad experiences, and now you're gonna have people who had really good experiences.
Yeah, I'm on the outside looking in, so I just want to, I've never done it, so I have no idea.
Right, I have no idea. I can't really speak on it. I don't have the experience. I've never really even. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never really was never.
I did that live, and then I had hundreds of comments of people asking me to do it from the other side. So I was like, yeah, down to do.
There's two sides. I mean, there's always two sides, so it's good to get both sides. But like I said, as long as people want, if they want updates or they want to watch it or they're interested in it, they need to go to your channel and allegedly with Brittany's, because you guys cover this way more than I do. But I had to come on here and talk shit because I kept seeing Sherelle in there, and then I heard Molly was talking. She's like, "You guys nobody needs to be covering this." Well, you know what? We'll all cover this. Any of us that want to cover it.
Stop anyone when there's a trending topic on YouTube. That's just what happens. Everyone starts talking about it. That's just, you know what I mean. That's how it is. That's the way it goes. When there's something, popular that people want to talk about it, then everyone starts talking about it. She doesn't own it,
Yeah, I got a message that said, "Oh my gosh, Katie Joy requested her money back." Yeah, that's I talked about that. We both did. We talked about that earlier. Yes, she did. Katie Joy, she requested her money back from Von's mother because she said that the grandma adopted him, and Von's mother is only doing this for clout. She's clout tracing, that she is not doing this for the right reasons, and that they're not close. And she, I believe, still speaks with the dad and the stepmom, correct?
She said she's going to focus her energy on helping the girls, the oldest girls, their father with getting custody of them. I guess now that she got ousted and the family doesn't want to talk to her, she's, going for another angle. So she's trying to help the Dre's ex get custody of the girl. She said she donated the money that she asked back to him to help him with his legal fees, I guess.
Okay, and he's the one, he filed an emergency order to get custody of the two girls that were his, between him and Dre.
I've also heard that he's even trying to get Raza, but I'm not sure that will happen, or if he can.
Well, yeah, because and honestly, I don't know what the grandparents' rights are in where they live in Texas, and then the grandparents live in Arkansas. Is that right, or something like that?
Oh, I don't know where the grandparents.
It's like two different things.
They're
They had to travel. Yeah, they had to travel because they got expenses, for gas and food and stuff like that to travel to go to the hospital. So I don't know how that would work because they're both in different states, and Raza is like the grandparents' rights. I don't know how that would work because of course Dre's gonna have full custody of him if something
I think her ex is trying to get Raza with the two girls, and that's not his kid. That's
not gonna happen.
Their kid. Yeah, I don't think it will happen. But I guess maybe he's trying for his girls because they're all like really close. But yeah.
Yeah, that girl, it's super gross.
Oh yeah, Suzanne, for sure. Seizures are very serious. Yeah, he has zero right to that child. I totally agree. I don't know if that's even true. That's just a rumor I heard. So I don't really know if he's actually trying to get him or not. That's just what I heard. But I doubt he'll be successful. I mean, I don't know how. I believe there's like a CPS case now too, so I don't know how it will all work, but I think she donated around the same as Molly, like $1,000. If people are wondering that.
Yeah, and then they said Marvon's mom gave it back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it was around that, like
But there's a lot of people that are really upset with her. So I mean, maybe that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who really are upset with her. They feel like she's taking advantage of the situation.
The mom?
Yes, they said that the grandparents are the ones who raised him. That's who he was close with. He hadn't spoke to his mom in like what they say 6 or 7 years, going on almost 7 years. He spoke to her one time, and in that video they talked about it. He was really kind of like excited and happy because he hadn't spoke to him in a long time. But on the other hand, if he didn't have a relationship with his mom and he wasn't close with her, then if he was, if let's say he wakes up, tomorrow and was like, what the fuck are you doing here? I've only spoke to you one time. But I think if he woke up, he would be really happy to have his wife, his mom, his brothers, and all of his family there together. I mean, like, why would he want them to fight? That's one of the worst things that you can feel in a family. You feel torn. Yeah, I think he wants to communicate with his family, but he's scared because Dre don't want him to.
That's what I was going to say. I think she's a big reason.
Yeah. Oh, Care Bear said she only donated $500. Well, that's good.
I heard she donated $500, and then she found out Molly donated $1,000 and donated another $500. But I'm not exactly sure. That's just what I heard. But I don't know. Yeah. All right, Queen. Well, I gotta hop off, but thank you for having me up there.
Well, thank you for coming up, baby. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and chit-chatting and stuff about it. And I will talk to everybody later. I hope y'all have a good night. And you have a good night too, baby. Thank you for coming up, and thank you, Brittany. I'll talk to you girls later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.